So if you haven't followed along with our page previously, I'll tell you a little bit about our family and why we even started the page and what our hopes are for the future. So in 2021 is when me and my husband really started even venturing into any kind of growing anything sort of gardening. We started out growing some tomatoes and some peppers and some strawberries just in some containers. At the time, we were just renting our house. We didn't have a lot of money. We were still working a lot, had a 1-year-old daughter, so we were just kind of doing what we could with what we had, which is, I encourage everybody to just start with what you have. Starting from scratch is hard, but it's harder if you're totally overwhelmed with the idea of having a big fancy garden or, you know, having all these plants growing. But it's awesome to just start in a place that you're comfortable within your means to where it's going to be successful for you and your environment and everything that you've got going on. So fast forward into the fall of 2021, we bought our house, the house we're in now. The house has 5 bedrooms. It's a big house. It sits on about 7/10 of an acre, so not quite an acre, but still a lot of space. It goes from block to the other block, so it gives us a lot of space. We immediately knew when we bought the house that we wanted to put in a garden, so like the May of 2022 was when we started putting in the posts for the fence of the garden and getting the fence all around and putting on the gate, and that was just the very beginning of what we had. And eventually we put some cattle panels in there, and 2022 we grew quite a bit of food, and it was kind of our first exciting little moment where we knew that, like, oh, we really actually do enjoy this, and it's bringing us positive I don't know if I would say vibes, but just we felt different being in the dirt. We love teaching our kids about that. We love being outside, so we found peace out there, and that's why we decided that we wanted to try and help others find that same kind of peace. The world out there is crazy, so any little thing that makes you happy or can bring you a sense of home and also be healthy for you it's a win-win. So last year was a really exciting year because we had already had 1 year of planting things in the ground and getting our hands dirty under our belts. Really only 2 years of even trying to grow any plants. So we decided, hey, we have the space. We want to get chickens. It's been on our bucket list. So we pinched our pennies for a little bit and saved up for a coop and got 5 chickens last year. I was really excited this spring because we've now added 5 more little baby chicks that I just moved them outside today. Just in some small pen for them to hang out now. They've got maybe a few more weeks before I want to put them in with the big girls, but we really love spending time with our chickens. We just spend a lot of time out there, and I just love watching them to play, and you'll see a lot of videos of us with the chickens, and we eat a lot of eggs, so that's one thing you'll have to look forward to on our page. So as far as 2024 is looking this year, we've got some baby chicks that we're trying to introduce into our flock. We've already started planting some things. We've got some peas that are growing currently. We've got asparagus coming back up. That was already here when we moved in, when we bought the house, which was so cool. That was the biggest win. Our apple tree is blossoming. We've got some horseradish that's coming back up. We've got carrots growing. We've got all of our seedlings going, so our jalapeno pepper seeds, cayenne pepper, sweet pepper, banana pepper, we've got those seeds going. We've got some spinach going, lettuce, cabbage. We're doing Brussels sprouts and broccoli, of course. And then we're also going to do some potatoes. We're going to do those in a bag this year. Last year we did them in the raised bed, but currently we've got carrots growing in there, and I just kind of want to keep those in rotation as we're able to. And then, of course, green beans. We do the bush beans, and they just grow wild every year. I love it. We have just buckets full of green beans. It's so awesome. And then cucumbers, we'll grow those up the cattle panel. So on one side of the cattle panel, we grow peas. Those are currently sprouting. And then on the other side, we'll grow the cucumbers. And I just love watching those grow up. Those were just so amazing. I'm not even a huge fan of cucumbers, but I'm going to try and learn to do more things with them this year. This year we cut out a lot of the things that we planted last year that we realized we didn't really eat as much of, like corn. I know that I live in the Midwest, but I hate corn. I cannot do the smell of it. So I was putting all this effort into corn, and my husband didn't really. I mean, we still have some in our freezer actually. I might just feed that to the chickens because at this point. So we just decided to not grow corn this year. But we've got big plans for 2024, and I'm really excited to share that with all of you guys. Thanks for tuning in. This is just a short little snippet of what our plans are for the year and what we've been up to. So subscribe, and thanks for tuning in.